Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Murray Costello, inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in the Builder category.
Let me begin, ladies and gentlemen, by congratulating Cam Neely and the Harlema family for being here. It's a pleasure to share this podium with you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty heavy trip for a guy from South Porcupine, Ontario. But I can tell you that I understand this is recognition of the amateur side of the game, and for the many thousands of volunteers who continue to make it happen year after year across Canada. Once again, I get to take the bow on their behalf because they do the work out there, and our system is strong because of it. I'd like to mention many names to you tonight because they do such good work out there, but time doesn't allow. I will only mention 3 or 4. The first is Gord Renwick of Cambridge, Ontario. Gord is not with us tonight because he's out of the country, but he's the guy who first kind of handpicked me to get involved on the amateur side of the game. And the other guy is Frank McKinnon from Carman, Manitoba. Frank convinced me to interview for the job and signed me to my first contract. I didn't think it would last, but Frank, that was an astute move. We both benefited greatly from it. Moving along, the game, you know, there's so much has happened in it. A lot of things were good, and I'm very pleased about that. But there's 2 guys outside the immediate system that were very helpful too. The program of excellence, particularly the advent of the national junior team, really made a difference to what we were doing. And the guy that helped so much with that was my working partner, Ed Chenoweth, of the Canadian Hockey League, the commissioner and president of the Western Hockey League. He sold the major junior operators into releasing their players in mid-season to perform for Canada. That made a big difference in our programs because club teams could no longer compete at that level. We had to go with the national team. And that's grown bigger and better ever since, and I'm very pleased and proud of that. The other was bringing the 2 organizations together. Bill Hayes saw the wisdom of one development stream instead of 2 competing bodies. That worked very well, and since that happened in about 1994, they've been able to take it to a higher level of development ever since, and that too is very good. On the more personal side, I grew up in a family of 5 kids, a girl followed by 4 boys. There's only 3 of us left, myself and my sister, the oldest, Rita. It's great to have Rita here sharing this moment with me. And at the other end, my youngest brother, Jack. Jack was a great coach and knew more about this game than I will ever know and has been a great sounding board for me over the years, so it's great to share this with you tonight, Jack. And of course, 2 brothers who are gone. My brother closest to me, Don, they called him Moose. He left us before he turned 65, but I'm very pleased that his son Johnny is with me tonight. That means a lot to me, John, to have you here. And of course, some of you have heard of Father Les of Flying Fathers fame. He kind of set the tone and the attitude toward the game in our household, and that was to enjoy it because it's only a game, play it to the fullest, and laugh as much as you can along the way. And it wasn't a bad philosophy to follow, and I think it sustained us through a lot of times. Looking to my more immediate family, I'm most pleased to find that all 6 of my kids are with me tonight, including 2 of our 5 grandchildren, Matthew and Jimmy. It's good to have you as part of this evening. But Michelle and Dan, Jennifer and Jim, and the twins, Mary and Elizabeth, I'm happy you're here because I've missed so many of your events. You know, I've always felt there's only a select few of us across Canada who have been able to take our childhood passion for a game, turn it into a lifelong livelihood, and then be rewarded for it when it's over. That's all well and good, but it does cause some grief and some stress on the home front. And when that happens, and you have that kind of job, you've got to have a quarterback, a general, maybe even a commander-in-chief on the home front to make that happen. And, you know, I've always said there are life partners, there are supporting life partners, and in my case, there's someone above all of that in my life partner and wife, Denise. Denise, I thank you for what you've done. I love you for it, and I love you most of all for not changing the locks after some of those road trips. Along with that, ladies and gentlemen, the board of directors here at the Hall of Fame, I've been able to serve on this board since 1979 when Clarence Campbell used to chair the meetings. Then it was through the Brian O'Neill era, the Scotty Morrison era, and now the Bill Hay era, and that's been a delightful time, and I thank the board members for allowing my name to go forward. Among those board members, one of the newer ones is the president of the International Ice Hockey Federation, Dr. Rene Fossell. Rene, it's good to have you with us tonight, and I thank you for allowing me to become a member of the Council of the IHF to work with you, and that's ongoing, and I'm enjoying it immensely. It's just great. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the staff at this hall is amazing, led by Jeff Denemy, but particularly Kelly Massey, Pearl, the Craigs, the Phils, Darren Boyko, and all in between. They do so much for us each time in, but this weekend has been outstanding. I can tell you that a guy could get used to living like this. So I thank you very much for a wonderful evening, and for all the rest of you, ladies and gentlemen, an honor like this is truly difficult to comprehend. I can only say very, very seriously and with much humility, I thank you so much for allowing me to become a member of this Builders section. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to top a career. Thank you so much.